All right, we're diving deep today into multimodal SOPs and how DeepHow's Maven platform is using them. We're going right to the source for this one, folks, using DeepHow's own Maven platform page as our guide.
So, the thing is, traditional SOPs just aren't cutting it anymore for a lot of businesses.
Yeah, not a surprise there. Those text-heavy documents, I mean, who really wants to wade through all that?
Right. And that's where multimodal SOPs come in.
Multimodal. Okay, break that down for us a little.
Well, it's really about making SOPs more engaging and effective. You do that by adding different modes of communication. Think videos, interactive diagrams, even built-in quizzes.
Ah, so you're taking those old manuals from black and white to, like, full-blown IMAX, huh?
That's the idea. DeepHow has a pretty clever three-step process for creating these.
Okay, I'm listening.
First, you've got capture and digitize. You actually just use your smartphone to record someone doing the task.
Smartphones. Now, that's what I call user-friendly.
Exactly. Then comes the review and transform stage. DeepHow uses AI to analyze the video and automatically generate the different parts of the multimodal SOP. Text, key summaries, even interactive quizzes to help people remember what they learned.
Wait, the AI makes quizzes too?
It does. Saves so much time.
Wow. So the AI is doing a lot of the work to make those SOPs more dynamic and interactive. But how do people actually get access to all this?
That's deploy and share, the final step. And DeepHow offers a lot of flexibility. Share through their platforms and links, QR codes. You can even integrate it into an existing LMS.
Right, an LMS, your learning management system. So they've thought of everything when it comes to sharing. But let's get down to brass tacks. Why are businesses so into these multimodal SOPs? What are they actually getting out of it?
Well, for one, they save time and money. No more spending hours creating traditional training materials.
And I bet it makes a huge difference in how people actually learn, too.
You bet. Multimodal SOPs can cater to different learning styles, which is great, but they're just flat out more engaging. Better knowledge retention, better overall performance, fewer errors, faster onboarding. It all adds up.
It's win-win, for sure.
Right.
There's some really cool features DeepHow's offering, too. That Ask Maven thing caught my eye. What's that all about?
It's like having an expert on call all the time. Instead of digging through pages of documentation, you just ask your question, and the AI gives you a clear, concise answer based on all that training material it's analyzed.
So no more getting lost in those manuals.
Mm.
Genius. There was another feature that stood out, the AI summaries. How do those work?
Like this. DeepHow's AI looks at a whole video demonstration and pulls out the key points, creating a concise summary of the whole process.
Ah, like Cliff Notes, but way smarter. I like it. We've talked a lot about the tech behind DeepHow Maven, but what about the real-world impact? How are companies putting all this into practice?
And that is where things get interesting. DeepHow Maven really is changing how companies think about employee training.
Yeah, it's not just about giving people information. It's about making sure they actually retain it.
Exactly. Traditional training methods, not great at that. But DeepHow, they're tackling this head-on interactive approach, quizzes, simulations, AI-powered feedback. It all makes a difference.
It's true. You know that saying, tell me and I forget, teach me and I may remember, involve me and I learn.
Right? DeepHow Maven is all about that active involvement instead of passively taking in information.
Okay, but DeepHow also talks about boosting operational excellence. What's that look like in practice?
Well, think about it. A workplace where everybody's got clear, easy-to-understand training materials.
So fewer mistakes, new hires get up to speed faster, everybody feels more capable.
Exactly. And with DeepHow's AI, you can track how people are using those training materials. See where they're struggling, adjust your approach.
That data-driven element is so powerful. No more guessing games. You know what I find really exciting about all this?
What's that?
It's how DeepHow Maven can help unlock all this hidden expertise companies have.
Hidden expertise? How do you mean?
Think about those employees with years of experience, all that knowledge they have in their heads. Capturing that, sharing it. Always a challenge.
But DeepHow makes it easier.
Right. With those capture tools, experts can record what they know, their processes. It's like a library of knowledge, available to everyone.
I see what you mean. That's valuable for training new people, cross-training, keeping that knowledge when people retire.
Exactly. And it ties back to what we talked about earlier, reducing time and cost, shorten the learning curve, prevent those knowledge gaps.
Creating a more agile workforce, ready to adapt and solve problems.
I like that. So we've covered the why behind DeepHow Maven, but how are companies actually using this tech in the real world?
Okay, let's get specific. Employee onboarding is a great example. Starting a new job can be overwhelming.
Oh yeah, I remember information overload.
But with DeepHow Maven, you can create an onboarding experience that actually guides people through what they need to know.
Makes sense. And since they can access everything on their phone or tablet, they can go at their own pace, revisit stuff.
Exactly. Faster onboarding, happier employees. And then you've got workforce training, especially in industries where hands-on skills are essential.
Manufacturing, healthcare, field services.
Right. Usually you'd rely on in-person demonstrations. Shadowing takes a lot of time and money.
But DeepHow Maven gives you a more efficient alternative.
Capture those demonstrations, turn them into multimodal SOPs. It's like a training library, available anytime, anywhere.
Okay, I can see where this is going. Imagine you're a technician out in the field. You need a refresher on a procedure.
Instead of calling the office, they pull up the SOP on their tablet and get step-by-step guidance.
With videos, diagrams, it's like having a virtual expert right there.
Exactly. Boosts efficiency, improves accuracy.
Yeah.
And then you have industries with those strict safety protocols.
Energy, aviation, can't mess around with those.
Right. Multimodal SOPs break down those complex procedures. The visuals really help. Plus, you've got the quizzes to make sure people really understand.
So it mitigates risk, enhances safety, demonstrates that commitment to best practices.
Exactly. It's clear DeepHow Maven is making a difference across the board. But let's take a step back for a minute.
All right, big picture time.
Think about the potential. The applications for this technology are huge as AI gets better. Even more innovative uses for these multimodal SOPs.
We've focused a lot on the benefits, but haven't heard much from the people actually using DeepHow Maven. What are they saying?
That's what we'll look at next.
So let's hear those customer stories. What are people saying about DeepHow Maven?
Well, one thing that stands out is how user-friendly it is.
That's key, right? I mean, if it's too complicated, nobody's going to use it.
Exactly. One training manager even said it reduces cognitive effort for end users.
Wow. I mean, that says a lot about how DeepHow's designed this thing. Makes sense, though. Got to make it accessible for everyone.
Absolutely. And another thing you see a lot in the testimonials, people are more engaged. They're actually enjoying the training.
Especially those interactive quizzes.
Oh, yeah. One customer said their trainees went from dreading assessments to actually looking forward to them.
Makes you wonder what those quizzes are like.
Right. But it's not just about fun and games. These customer stories highlight the real impact on efficiency, too.
Oh, I bet.
Like this one manufacturing company, they reported big time savings in their production process.
When you've got clear instructions, people make fewer mistakes, spend less time searching for information.
Exactly. Streamlines everything. And in industries with strict safety protocols, DeepHow Maven is a game changer.
No room for error in those places.
Right. Multiple customers talked about how the platform helped improve their safety training, making sure everybody's following procedures.
So peace of mind for those high-risk industries. But let's talk ROI. Are companies seeing a return on their investment?
Seems like it. One logistics company said they saw a significant reduction in onboarding time for new hires.
So they're getting new employees up to speed faster, saves them money.
Exactly. Streamline training, boost knowledge retention, people work more efficiently. It all adds up.
It does. So as we wrap up, it's clear DeepHow Maven is a pretty big deal. It's changing how businesses think about training, knowledge sharing, the works.
And it's not just for big companies either. Startups, enterprises, everybody can benefit.
Whether you're onboarding new people, doing workforce training, whatever, there's something here for everyone.
We've covered a lot today. The tech, the real-world impact, you name it.
But here's a thought for you all to take away. Could you use some of these multimodal learning ideas in your own work? Or even your personal projects?
Something to think about. And if you're interested in DeepHow Maven, check it out.
You might be surprised what you discover. That's it for this deep dive. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep asking those questions.